Corrine Pohlmann is my guest. She is with the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, CFIB, of course, a leading group that advocates on behalf of thousands of businesses across our country. Corrine, good to see you. Thanks for this today.
Good to see you too. Thank you.
Your reaction to the extension of this emergency business account, what do you think it'll mean?
Well, we're pleased to see it because we knew that there were a lot of businesses scrambling over the course of the last few days, trying to get their applications in by today because it was the deadline. This was particularly true for a certain segment of business owners who were not eligible for the first round, but were able to apply in what was called the second round that's only been out for a few weeks now. And which is a bit more complicated. So for them, it gives them some extra time to be able to get through the paperwork and to apply.
Right, so it sort of kicks the can down the road until the end of October, hoping that there will be, more of a comeback in the economy. I'm wondering for some businesses who are just on the edge, Corrine, like this is it, they're about to go under. Might this prevent that? Could this be the help they really need?
Yes, for some of them, it certainly can help get them through the next few months. We need more than that, of course. We need Canadians to continue to go to small businesses, purchase products, buy their food, or whatever the case might be. That's going to be equally important. But definitely, it's going to help so many of them who are struggling to pay rent, for example, or even paying some of their employees. And it may be a small amount, but for a very small business, it's actually a decent amount of money. And so it's an important tool for them.
I mean, we cover a lot of these programs ever since this began. And, it's confusing even for someone like me who talks about them all the time to know all the different programs and who qualifies and what does it mean and how confusing does it get?
Oh, it's incredibly complicated. It's like a whole bunch of acronyms that nobody really understands, all starting with the letter C. But they are important and they are helping. To a great degree. CEBA in particular has been a huge addition and probably one of the most used programs that are out there, but there's still some that haven't been able to access it. So the other announcement today, which was to extend CEBA to some business owners who fall through the cracks. For example, they have a personal bank account, not a business bank account. Looks like a fix is on the way. That was also announced today within the next few days. So we're looking forward to hearing more details about that to really help some of those businesses that haven't yet to be able to access the program.
Now, what about that controversial program for rent? And it seemed like the problem with that was a lot of landlords just didn't take part. So it kind of became useless for a lot of businesses that were leasing their properties.
Yeah, and today is also a deadline for the secret program, but we have not heard anything about an extension at this point in time. And as I said, rent assistance is definitely high on the program for a lot of small businesses that are still struggling. So if we're not going to extend this particular program, and it needed a lot of fixing, so we'd love to see potentially a program that's going to help tenants directly, maybe not go through the landlords and depend on that particular avenue. So we're hopeful that maybe there's something else in the works. We don't know, but we're going to continue to call on the government to make sure that there is help for those small businesses that need it, who still can't get back up to where they were a year ago because they simply can't open their businesses to the same degree as they could have prior to COVID-19.
As you know very well, one of the most important things for any business is certainty and stability. We don't really have either of those right now. What happens if this program is extended, but only until the end of October, Corrine?
Yeah, and so that's where we're going to have to wait and see what happens and where we're at by the end of October. We don't know what's going to happen come this fall. We've seen other jurisdictions around the world have a resurgence, of course. So we don't know what the impact is going to be here. So we're going to have to watch closely, listen to small business owners, try to figure out how they're faring, and if they still need help, then we're going to have to sort of figure out ways to continue to provide ways to support them. Some businesses are doing better and they're going to continue to do better. Others are struggling because they're falling through the cracks for a variety of different reasons. And we need to make sure that we can help them because this is not their fault.
Corrine Pohlmann joining us with the CFIB, Canadian Federation of Independent Business, on this extension of the business loan program. Hey, good to see you again. Thank you.